T.LAB's 2015 Trailblazer Award winner is attorney Michael Brown, Director of Supplier Labor Relations for Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Attorney Brown is a leading expert and recognized leader in the collective bargaining process. For the past 30 years, Michael Brown has devoted his career to producing excellence through teamwork and high-performance relationships. Through a series of developmental roles, each with increasing responsibility and scope, Michael developed and demonstrated a unique combination of attributes, including integrity, humbleness, the practical application of labor law, and he possesses tremendous business acumen. His focus has been on helping management and labor leaders identify common ground during the collective bargaining process, and he has facilitated winning solutions that deliver bottom-line business results. His scope includes over 2,200 suppliers, 22 FCA manufacturing locations, 18 parts distribution centers, and thousands of employees throughout North America. He is a labor relations expert, an automobile industry veteran who draws upon his diverse labor relations heritage, education, and experience to help leaders, both management and organized labor alike, turn change into a strategic business asset, manage risk, and unlock value at multiple stages of the value chain. Attorney Brown is the son of Mr. Mike Brown, the first African-American elected as a union official in the United Steelworkers Union, Local 1299 in Ecorse, Michigan in 1947. In the tradition of a true T.LAB trailblazer, Attorney Brown has leveraged the outstanding legacy provided by his father. His business acumen was highly leveraged as Chrysler merged with Fiat in 2009, becoming an industry global competitive force while saving jobs for thousands of U.S. employees and leading to the hiring of thousands more. As Secretary for the Abundant Care Training Services Governing Board of Directors, Michael Brown collaborates with board colleagues, executive leadership, and community leaders in reinvesting and transforming the Woodbridge Community Youth Center for underserved children in the city as well. Also, through strategic partnerships and relationships, a $1.5 million Little League baseball park was built that will open in the Woodbridge community in May of this year. This facility will transform the lives of thousands of inner-city children for decades to come. Brown and his family live in metropolitan Detroit. He is a member of True Rock Church and a member of the Pastor's Advisory Board there. Michael Brown is joyfully married to his lovely wife Judy, and they have 3 loving and successful children. Michael, who's married to Michelle, Mark, who's married to Farah, and Brandy, and 7 wonderful grandchildren, Miles, Madison, Mila, Autumn, Marin, Michael, and Amaya. A spiritually minded and diversely skilled leader, Michael Brown is being honored tonight for his ability to leverage legacy to create enduring transformation. Let's take a moment to understand an outstanding leader and trailblazer, Michael Brown, for his perspective.
I was born in 1957 to a 50-year-old African-American man and a 23-year-old Italian woman. In 1957, interracial marriages were against the law in many states still at that time. And you can imagine how confusing it might be for anybody, a child like me. I needed some direction. Life was quite confusing. My father saw that I had a little bit of baseball talent. Well, I shouldn't say that. I had quite a bit of baseball talent, as a matter of fact. And I went to try out for the neighborhood team at the age of 6 or 7. And they wouldn't let me try out because I was so young. Dad, I came back home crying. He said, hey, we'll start our own team. Don't worry about it. And sure enough, we went around the neighborhood, just 3-block radius, and fielded a team the next season and came in 3rd place our first year. And for the next 4 or 5 years, we won a couple of championships. Baseball ends up producing a baseball scholarship for me. And boy, did I need one, because here now I'm 18 years old. I fast forward, I've got a wife and 2 kids. And again, just almost unbelievable odds, but again, faith in God and the foundational principles that my dad and now my coaches, those men that are out there coaching me and spending time with me, and some volunteering their time with me, are continuing to reinforce how important it is just to keep grinding and to keep having faith. I mean, as bad and confused as things were for me, you know, for being the product of an interracial relationship, marriage, and I mean, it was always keep grinding, wake up the next day, come back at it, just keep being committed, be consistent, be focused, be reliable, be dependable. And if you do all of those things that you're supposed to do, you're being obedient to God. And if you're obedient to God, our Heavenly Father, then you have faith, then He will guide you and direct you. My father blessed other young men that played on our teams. And in fact, Dr. Nixon, who has me sitting here today, has firsthand knowledge of that. And he testifies that my dad, spending time with us, got us on the right track and helped to result in some of the successes we have enjoyed. My dad, when I was a little boy, used to say he was a union leader in the Steelworkers Union, first black man elected to the Steelworkers Union in 1948, as the record says. And he used to say, boy, it'd really be something if you went to law school and if you got into labor relations, because labor relations was the opposite of the union side. Labor relations was the management side. But for him, a man with a third grade education and a black man in those days, there was no way that he was going to be in management at that level in management. In 1993, after going through night school, law school, I actually got a law degree. And I also ended up in that occupation of labor relations that my dad prophesied. And I am like in the highest levels of labor relations for Fiat Chrysler automobiles to this day. It has been a combination of faith in God and the guidance and direction that my father and other men provided, opportunities, paid attention, and just the power of that is basic and it's foundational. And if it can happen in my life, it can happen in anybody's life.